squad like, what? In the field like, yeah. All day like, yeah. All night like, what? Whole squad like, yeah. In the field like, yeah. All day like, yeah. All night like, yeah. Whole squad like, yeah. In the field like, yeah. All day like, yeah. All night like, yeah. You don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Washington Redskins and the Salt Lake City Flyers. It's 3-0 versus 2-1. A good early season battle as we're underway in Week 4. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. His first carry of the game. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now a throw here on second down, and that's complete. And he's able to get up here to the 26. Back to throw. Fields. Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
I liked his effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. A big breakdown defensively there on the fake punt. Turns into a huge play and a first down in Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Off the play fake. Fields. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And he will score. Touchdown, Washington. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now a toss. This is Geis. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 16 yards, a first down. That toss play right, we know it's one of the successful plays they have in their arsenal, and they showed you why there.
And remember, in order for it to be successful, because it's a little bit of a slower developing play, those blocks at the line of scrimmage have to be kept, have to be held, so that the runner can get to the corner and turn it upfield.
Now after the run by Geis, here's 1st and 10.
56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike. Hey.
Operating from the gun, Fields. And this one complete to Smith. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score. You give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. Looking to throw. Fields. Going to throw right side here. Complete. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down.
Check safety, check safety. Mike's 56. Mike's 50. Go. 56. Mike 56. Watch the run. Watch the run. It's soft, baby. That's baby soft.
On 1st and 10, Fields. Airing it out deep for Smith. Man, it's caught inside the 10. And he's a long ways into Washington territory before hitting the turf. From the gun, Fields toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Well, you got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide-open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
Here's a 2nd and 7. The quick slant caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A touchdown-saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal. He gets it complete to Harris. And he will take it in for the touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. Extra point splits the uprights, and they take the lead here at 7-6. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Haskins and the Redskins come up 1st and 10 at their own 24. On 1st down, it's Haskins. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Here's Haskins. Flushed out right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 17 yards that time, and a Washington first. After one, a 1-point game, 7-6. Throwing now, Haskins on first down, escaping the pressure right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Sheldon Rankins abruptly ends that play with a sack.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
52. Exit. Where's 52?
Another try after the first down sack. Haskins eluding the pressure right. Hunter Henry brings it in. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Haskins on third down. He's got a man. It's Williams. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. First target, first catch, and a first down. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Catch is made. It's Harmon.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy.
And his first carry, he loses the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Now Haskins to throw it. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down. Haskins and the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Here's Haskins to throw. Complete. Hunter Henry with a grab. And he is out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15. Haskins and the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's up to 7 for 7 now on this drive alone. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Tremaine Edmonds there to bring him down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. From the gun, Haskins on 3rd down. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Credit the sack to Joey Bosa. Well, this has been a pretty sizable drive. They've had some success. Finally, the defensive coordinator found some success of his own.
I think he just simply said enough of that. Okay, they've moved the ball well. We need to force the issue from our end, and that's exactly what he did.
So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get 3.
You sound like you're going negative on me.
I was.
Sounds like you're thinking the 3's just not that good.
And people say that we're negative sometimes. So.
Well, here's the deal. Getting the 3 is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down.
Let's go.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Under a minute to play here in the half. Time for a late drive.
It makes sense when you think about it. Hey, try and get a field goal. Give yourself a lead going into the half. But if you're going to do this, you better have supreme trust in your quarterback. Supreme trust in the guy who's going to handle the football. Because if you turn it over here, not only do you go in down at the half, you've given the momentum squarely to your opponent.
2nd and 13. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Fields off to Geis on the screen. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the 1st down. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long.
56, Mike, 56. You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing.
56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike.
Hey,
Operating from the gun. Fields. And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 1st half. Here's Johnny Hecker now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. That's pulled in at the 32. Escapes the defender. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. A good starting spot for the Redskins as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47.
Mike, check. 59.
watch the back, watch the back. 66,
On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Joey Bosa able to record his 5th sack of the season. So we have reached halftime here in a tight 2-point contest. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Redskins in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go.
He's got a man complete. He got 29 yards that time.
Tell the truth, partner. You didn't think he was coming down with that one, did you? Come on, tell me the truth.
No, I didn't. I'll tell you what, though. A one-handed grab of that length. Talk about giving your team a little juice.
Oh, big time. I mean, everyone's going to be excited about that one, whether you're on the field or not. It permeates its way through the entire team, and I can't wait to see what they do on the next down.
On 2nd and 12, Haskins. He's got a man open. It's Cameron Meredith. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Redskin first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
5-2 is the Mike. Mike 5-2. Mike 5-2.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
52 is the Mike right here over there. Right?
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Haskins. And he comes back with one complete. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to lead the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
Now Haskins, pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that will push the lead up to 12-7. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, just something to get you off to a quick start.
This is caught inside the 15. A big play there. 64 yards. Looking to throw. Fields. It's caught. Smith. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. Nice job defensively to hold them to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal. 2nd and 5. Flush to his right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. He lost a big chunk, 6 yards there, and it leads to 4th down. And this one is right through. And that will cut the lead down to just 2. They had it 1st and goal, 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive. But you run out of space to run the deep route, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there.
And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Out of the shotgun, Haskins. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the 1st down due to the previous penalty. On play action, Haskins. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The Redskins have the 1st down on a pickup of 18. Haskins now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Haskins looking to throw on 1st down. And caught by Henry. They had 2 straight 1st downs, now a gain of 9 to set up 2nd and 1.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Haskins. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. That one a 1st down pickup of 8. Haskins and the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Back live here now in Salt Lake City. It's been a good one so far. Just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. So the solid run on first, and I would imagine no real hurry to run that second down play.
No, it's all on your quarterback now. He's going to keep...
Oh, no, he lost the football. And this will be scooped up by the defense. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. 30. And a terrific return there. They're finally able to corral him down near the 11-yard line.
Well, that takeaway, partner, right there, that's a combination of coaching, execution, and absolute belief. Because a lot of guys will look at the scoreboard and go, this thing's pretty well done. But they still thought to themselves, if we can make a play, we give our teammates a chance to win it. And that's exactly what they did.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Looking to throw on second down. Fields flushed out right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. Back to throw. Fields. And, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him. And what I mean by that is what you said. 3rd and long. Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the first down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on... And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. The 40, the 20, 10, touchdown, Washington. A big play there. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told them, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Looking to throw. Fields. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Now a chance to make that encroachment penalty really hurt. 1st and 5. From the gun, Fields. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about, in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. Well, earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line. He was looking for Paul Richardson there. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 32-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. On 2nd down, here's Haskins. Haskins hit, and he lost the football. And the defense will get their hands on it, going the other way. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. And you know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
The extra point up and good. And the lead is down to 2. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They'll be looking to make amends for the events of a moment ago. A fumble return for 6 points.
You absolutely have to protect the football. That's got to be priority number 1.
And now nothing but green ahead of him. 20, 10, touchdown, Washington. Bryce Love, 76 yards. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. And those are the highlight reel runs you dream of right there.
When he gets a seam and just gets through it, how about the explosiveness, the burst to get there to begin with, and then once he's in full gallop, good luck trying to track him down.
And those plays so demoralizing for the defense.
Absolutely, because you've done so much work trying to keep people in front of you. When they're past you and behind you, that's a tough one to swallow.
And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to.
Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Operating from the gun, Fields. He'll check it down to Geis. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that'll make this a 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He's going to let it fly. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high-percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. And he'll give it here to his running back. And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as he'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game.
Check. No. Mike, check. 59.
Haskins to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
Don't throw this way.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. The toss right to Geis. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow. I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
A score that puts them in front here late, but not. You got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. One possession game, time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation? And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Now a desperation throw deep downfield, and that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. Tried to go for the big one there on 2nd down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes evident.
Now Geis stripped. He lost the football. And the Redskins scoop it. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They have time here, partner, for just one final heave.
And I have to look at it from the defense's perspective here. We know what they're going to do on offense. The Hail Mary, try and get guys down there and throw it in the end zone.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Well, we saw a close game that kept us on the